Just say the words. Sorry about that. So, we're live again. Some Legacy D&T today. I'm looking at the same list I played on Monday. The list yesterday was kind of a brief excursion into what Lomer Boy was trying out. So I was doing some experimentation, but I think I want to change things up a little bit after seeing this. My stupid webcam keeps like slowly moving downward. It's really annoying. Hopefully that stays. Whatever. After seeing some of the decks that are popping up recently, I kind of want to change a couple more things, and I'm not sure how many of them, of course, I'm going to keep. I'm doing kind of some playtesting now, trying to just kind of figure out what the meta online is looking like, more or less. There's just been like a ton of Delver. This Phoenix deck is popping up. Some of the combos combo decks are kind of going away. God, this stupid webcam. I don't know what's wrong with it. Just stay up like that. Like, that's fine. That's good. Whatever. Anyway, so we're gonna make a couple different changes to the deck now. Kind of want to, like, almost try a Brightling main is one of my things, and also, like, move this Palace Jailer to the side, so something like this. Palace Jailer is, like, a really nice main deck card, but it's really bad when I'm running into, like, all these Phoenix decks and Delver decks and combo decks, and not so much Miracles or Grixis or 4-color Loam. I don't even know the last time I played against Loam, which was the main reason I actually started playing Palace Jailer. There was that big boom in 4-color Loam decks when it won that SCG. And Palace Jailer is so good there. Give me Brightling. We're going to play a main deck Brightling, I think. But I also don't know what else I wanted to... Oh, wait. Wait. This is 15 cards, but I cut down to one path. What did I cut instead? Because last time I put in the Blessed Alliance and I put the Brightling in, and I cut a path and a Chalice. So why do I still have 15 cards in this sideboard? Surgical, Rip. Containment Priest. Am I missing a... Oh, the third Recruiter. Recruiter of the Guard. So this is what it looked like, except for the Palace Jailer and the Brightling Sword. This is what it looked like on Monday. I don't hate having... God, this stupid camera. What is its problem? Just stay like that. Maybe? Maybe, camera? Are we good? And this Cavern of Souls is not in my deck. God, I'm missing so many things. Oh, the Hallowed Spear. I did not do a good job trying to reformat my deck from when I was playing with Lomer Boy's list. But yes, this should be it. We're going to try the Brightling main deck, Palace Jailer, and sideboard. Both fine. Also was thinking about like cutting the Walking Ballista or something, but I don't know what I would play instead, honestly. I feel like cutting it for a 3-drop is kind of awkward and clunky. I could like cut it for a second Brightling, but then I want to move it in the sideboard. And what am I main decking in here? Maybe I'm moving the Palace Jailer to the main board and the Ballista to the sideboard. But I like the Ballista more against like these Delver decks running around. I'm going to keep trying this Blessed Alliance because we haven't drawn it yet, but if Phoenix is the predominant deck, I think it's probably better as a path, even though True Name has kind of been a problem for me recently. But Phoenix also is really bad against Chalice of the Void, so I kind of wanted to do this. But I guess that edges out like my Blessed Alliance spot at that point, because it's either that or like cut the Palace Jailer now. Cut Graveyard Hate, cut Relic Warder. Don't really want to do any of that. It's like something like that. But that again is now conceding more cards to the Delver matchup for this Chalice, which is good in the Phoenix matchup and combo, but like not super good against Delver variants. So like maybe that's not right. I think we're just gonna like test. We're gonna make. I don't think these are optimal at all. I just kind of want to like flesh out some different cards. I don't know how bad the Phoenix matchup is, but I really need that third Chalice as well. Versus, I want to try out this Blessed Alliance in a format where like I'm losing to True Name so much. Need to edit this deck list. This is going to take a little bit. So we cut the Palace Jailer for Brightling. That's the only main deck change. And then sideboard, we cut the Brightling for Palace. Is that the only change I made? This is essentially the only thing I've done for since the list on Monday was just swap the Brightling and the Palace Jailer, I think. Yeah. It actually does look like the only actual changes is I just swapped 2 cards around. So I was trying the sideboard Brightling. But depending on how good Brightling is, maybe I do want a second, and maybe I'm supposed to try 2 just so I draw it more to figure it out, but I'm also lazy and like having a bunch of 2 targets. Just a nice extra gas card to draw against Delver and Phoenix and stuff. So I guess let's just run it something like that. Moto. There we go. So I'll jump into this league while I'm resetting Cardboard Live, making sure my deck list is the same. Oh god, I don't know what's happening. What the... Cardboard Live. Alright, update, stream. Save successfully. Yeah, Palace Jailer's in the sideboard. Alright, looks like it's updated. Cool, cool, cool. And then in the sideboard. Wow, this hand is really bad. Potter Mulligan to 6. This hand is... yeah, could be a lot better. Could be a lot worse, I suppose. Could be a lot worse. Potter Mulligan to 5 as well, though, so... off we go down to 5. Alright, I'll keep this on 5 on the draw. If we scry in a second land, opponent's on 4. If we just have a second land ever, we're totally fine. Nope. And cut the... nope, not 10 Brightlings in the sideboard. Alright. I think all my lists are updated now. Don't really know what my opponent is doing. It's gonna be really awkward if we lose this. Just never hitting the second land here, but opponent's on a mold of 4, so... I don't feel terrible about our position. So this is just Pox. I really hope this isn't just Pox. Oh god, this is how we die. My opponent will just cast Smallpox and then we lose the game. Alright, this is a good... I like to see that. Little Liliana the Veil. I don't know what's happening, guys. I really don't. Unmask themselves, discard Grizzlebrand. They are now Hellbent. Cool. Let's draw second land, please. Just Remorseful Cleric. Win the game. If we lose this to top deck reanimation spell... just second land, deck. We got 22 of them. We should play Remorseful Cleric and the game is over. Oh, thank God. Mono Black Reanimator is what it looks like, I guess. So... could also just revoke her name Grizzlebrand and I can plow it, but Cleric just seems much better. I keep attacking with Mom. Don't really care about protecting Remorseful Cleric. If they target it, I just sack it. Kill the Grizzlebrand. Yeah, the game has ended. We did it. Moving on to sideboards. Probably a matchup where Blessed Alliance is a lot worse than Path to Exile. Bringing in 12 cards. Cutting Ballista. Stoneforge package. Stoneforges. Man, Legacy is hard. Yeah, Legacy's rough. God, I don't know how people win in this format. Legacy is a toughie. Cut the Brightling. I'll, like, shave 2 moms? That feels bad. And whatever. We don't exactly know what my opponent's trying to do. They might have randomly or be like on that mono black, like Dark Depths combo reanimator deck, or they're also 04s. They might just be playing like a steaming pile. This hand seems pretty greedy to keep though. If my opponent keeps like a 7, they can definitely just like go off on the first couple of turns. They did mulligan to 6 though. Maybe their deck's just bad. I have no idea. I think I'm supposed to mulligan though when I'm on the draw here. If I were on the play, maybe like Chalice and the Prelate is insane. Maybe I keep this. We can't actually play the Prelate. Mono Black Legacy playable cards. I mean, they did play Unmask, Grizzlebrand, and I think that was it. So, and Lotus Petal. Those are like all Legacy playable. I kind of want to keep this, but that's because I'm greedy, and we would probably get better 6. Or not. Might keep Double Plow. Nah, let's go 5. Ah, fuck me. Alright. Hey! This is better than, everything but my 7, I think. We even have Caracas and Graveyard Hate Spell. They're just going Thoughtseize me, though, and they have infinite time. I wonder what they're gonna needle here. Caracas? Aether Vial? Wasteland? They have some options. Be kind of sad if they named Caracas, but that's life. If I'm not keeping that 7, I don't think I keep that 6. That 6 is, like, very bad on a 1-lander, too, and it needs 2 lands to do anything, because, like, my hand is all 3 drops and removal spells. Wow! Wow! I mean, we did play it last game, so it's not, like, totally blind or anything, but that just kind of blows. I keep the 7. Yeah, I might have kept the 7. The 7 felt really greedy on the draw, though. I don't like keeping hands just assuming my opponent's deck is bad. Hey, never mind. We got rewarded. Because, like, that hand's not going to beat a good mono-black Reanimator draw, even if it's just, like, kind of, like, weird, clunky Black Red Reanimator. Like, I'm still pretty hard dying to any, like, reasonable 6. But maybe my opponent being 0-4 and playing a very obscure deck should tip me off to, like, I can keep some pretty medium hands. I might like just abrupt decay my Rest in Peace, but I think I just need to run it out. They could easily just Entomb, kill me, so... I'm Greed Incarnate, play Blood Moon and Toronto 4-color Escape Shift. That's fair. I'm sometimes kind of greedy, but I don't know. This could easily... Oh, no abrupt decay on Rest in Peace. That's nice. We can revoke, like, Grizzlebrand or Lotus Petal or something. We can also just run out Cleric, Living Wish. Oh, sweet. So they might actually be the Dark Depths combo deck. What if this Caracas? They're like the weird mono-black Dark Depths Reanimator deck. I guess not mono-black because they're playing Living Wishes, but... Also, maybe they're not Dark Depths. Maybe they're just like playing Living Wishes for some questionable reason. God knows at this point. Looks like Lone Pox. unmasked themselves for a Grizzlebrand game 1, so... Yeah, I figured it was like the Black Reanimator / Dark Depths combo deck or whatever. Mono black now with green for flavor. Do I just like wasteland this stage? Just cast Cleric? Probably just cast Revoker name. I'm not really scared of the Merit Lage though, because I have this Caracas that I don't know about, but you should name Hexmage. Because they're not Grizzlebranding me very soon, because I just have this Rip in play. The deck usually doesn't really wish it's odd if they have... Yeah, I'm confused. I don't know. My opponent's 0-4, so maybe they're just like playing some like very, very jank version. Thought about wastelanding Bayou too. And just like not caring if they play Dark Depths, because we still have this Caracas, revoke like Grizzlebrand or something. Kind of like actually wastelanding this Bayou. Especially because we can just like get a clock on the table and start porting them. Don't know if it's right to name... Probably not right to name Hexmage at this point. I could name Lotus Petal. They played a Lotus Petal last game. Are they? Yeah, they're just like never getting Grizzlebrand. If they blow up my Rest in Peace or something, and then put a guy in the graveyard, and then reanimate, yeah, I'm naming Lotus Petal. That wasteland feels a little bit greedy. Like, the safe play is definitely just kill the stage, but... Aussies, alright, goodbye. My 2-1 flyer for 1. Or 2. Yeah, they have stage. Now they know I have Caracas, though. Oh, they don't know I have Plow, though. I think the safe play is just, like, make sure that they're very far away from making a 20/20, right? I'm gonna just start porting the colored source, though. Alright, well, they can, in fact, make a 20/20 if they so desire. That is a thing that they are able to do because they have Lion's Eye Diamond. Wastelanding them puts them basically as far away as anything else. I mean, they could just play any lands if they have stage and Dark Depth still. Like, whereas if I wasteland the stage, they need to find exactly Thespian stage again. Guess I'm just attacking and passing and porting again? Maybe they'll make a 20/20 and discard their hand and then try to block. Did not play around their deck having Lion's Eye Diamond. I wonder if they're like, they have like, Unburial Rites? Combos with Lion's Eye Diamond. The way stage line plays around not losing, but also not doing anything. Like, it does the same. It cuts them off of less colored sources. Like, they have access to green. They can cast more spells out of their deck. But it also, like, makes it so that they need to find more spells to kill me because they're further away from whatever their weird jank combos are. So I cut them off of casting spells, which I guess seems to be going well because we also have this port taking them just off of totally off of colored mana. I think I'm just passing here. I kind of want to get this Aether Vial into play. Maybe it's okay to get this Aether Vial into play, because I could cast the Aether Vial and then on upkeep use the Caracas to port. So if they like make a Merit Lage, we still untap with Caracas. They don't do it on my end step while the Caracas is still untapped. Yeah, I think I should have played Aether Vial the turn I drew it. I think I'll see you later, Army. They can't cast crop. I mean, they can still. Oh yeah, they can't cast crop rotation. We don't even know. I think I'm just gonna run the Aether Vial play this turn. Yep. Now I have Vial online, so I can like start vialing and Mom and stuff. Should have done this like 90 turns ago. Doesn't look like it's really gonna end up mattering. Alright, cool. We did it. We won. That was kind of a mess to start us off, but alright. I think I've played against not quite that deck, but it's like Mono Black Depth Reanimator. It's probably on here somewhere. Some of the names I have for the decks I played against, I just don't remember at all. I just have Bug with like 17 question marks after it. I just don't remember what that deck was, and I want to go back to my videos and like find whatever I'm talking about. I do remember Bant Vile Dumpster Fire, and there's probably 4-color Allurin Blade on here somewhere as well. If only you had the ability to accurately name the decks. I mean, some decks are really hard to name, like Bant Vile Dumpster Fire. We would love to play first. Ugh. This guy's like actually almost there. Like like Vile into port hands are so good, but we are also so light on action. We're on the play. We have like essentially 5 mana sources here. I think we can have a better 6. We have like a Thalia instead of Revoker I might consider, but Revoker is just so weak in a lot of matchups as well. I think I'm going to ship it. This hand seems a lot more capable. It's the shame they don't have a distinguished feature like Thalia for D&T or something. Oh, I want this. I want this Thalia, but I also really need a second land. That 7 was hot trash. Oh, we're getting Black-Red Reanimator, huh? I guess I'm firing this Mom into the Void, because if we don't hit a land drop, this Vial seems more important. Goodbye, Mother. We have a Plow, which is not good. We are likely dead to a lot of Black-Red Reanimator starts here. Like, turn winning a Grizzlebrand, for instance. Maybe they won't draw any Lotus Petals or Unmasks. And then also not have, like, a second thing to go off with. Alright, step 1. We did it. Oh, they have an Iona. That's bad. Oh, they got a lot of things. Legacy nowadays. Yep, basically a lot of Legacy. Waiting for the ban list to get announced in like 2 weeks or whatever. But wow, opponent drew a lot of creatures. Hopefully they drew 0 reanimation spells. Well, that's probably unlikely. I probably shouldn't have plowed that yet, but whatever. I could have waited until they attacked, but probably doesn't matter a whole lot. It's gonna like reanimate. No, Ashen Rider. Rude. All right. And they're gonna like reanimate Iona after that and just put me in the ground. You expect anything to be banned? I think that I will be kind of surprised if nothing out of KCI gets banned, honestly. That deck is actively wretched for coverage magic. So if we draw Caracas into Swords to Plowshares. Cool. Yeah, my game 1 win percentage is just like so bad against that deck. Against Red Black Reanimator. Not just covered, it's very hard. Yeah. They've banned eggs once before, that's true. But I guess it is kind of the similar issue. I think this deck goes off faster than Old Eggs. Old Eggs literally had to non-deterministically draw their entire deck. At least this deck can, like, kill you at some point without doing that. Old Eggs was sweet as hell, though. So I don't want this, this, or this. I want the rest of these cards. I'm just doing, like, the same cuts as the mono black deck. Just I don't think it has to do with power, but just the time consideration. Yeah, and that's what happened. Why Old Eggs got banned was literally because it was like taking up tournaments because you could go off in turn 1 of turns for like 20 minutes. It is also like obscenely good. There are a lot of factors, and I think something will probably get banned. I will be surprised if nothing gets banned. Man, I loved Old Eggs. Old Eggs was such a fun deck. Difficult can be interact also having good interaction. Yeah, it's got good interaction. It's got like it can beat a lot of the hate. It beats hate better than almost any other combo deck in the format. Because it has like it actually just has the really good plan B and just a lot of digging power. Thanks for the bit, Aishanine. I think I'm supposed to keep this on the play. We have Caracas and Remorseful Cleric. Put them all into 6 to 5. All right. Now we just gotta win game 3. Nine. Oh yeah, Brooklyn 99 comes out tomorrow, right? New season. Tomorrow's Thursday. Wow, rude. Unmask, take my Remorseful Cleric. Well, we still have Caracas. Relic Order is very, very soft hate, especially since they know about it. They're not just going to go for an anime dead. But we do have Caracas, which is pretty good. First time I'm catching the stream live. Hey, good to see ya. Glad you could make it. Alright, not a good draw. Maybe I don't play with the Caracas. Now I've opened it up to Ashen Rider. Too late for that, but... What am I trying to draw here? Just like Graveyard Hate cards? Ooh, that's good. We can just recruit for Containment Priest now. Deal. Bayou. Like, like kill my file in response to this recruiter. Wow, that's mean. Maybe I'm supposed to actually flash in Relic. Probably not. They only have 2 cards left in hand, though. It's almost time to grab Sanctum Prelate here. They have 2 cards in hand, and they have like exactly 1 turn window. So like, if I get Containment Priest and I go off in this turn, we're fucked anyway. And then Sanctum Prelate slams the door next turn anyway. I mostly watch the VOD, long time D&T player. Love watching you play the deck. Thanks. Glad you could make it to a stream. I love playing Death and Taxes. Do I want Prelate now? Because Prelate on 1 just like totally ices my opponent because they don't have anything in the yard yet. Containment Priest is like fine. I think I'm gonna grab Prelate, honestly. Palace Jailer is also something that like is not the worst if their last 2 cards are like Entomb, Unmask, or Reanimate or whatever. I'll grab Prelate. That Assassin's Trophy was pretty rude, though. Oh, now we can just, like, Wasteland them, too. I probably should have Wastelanded before going to my main 2, in case they could, like, float mana for another trophy. Put it on 1. They can still trophy it, or, like, cast a Massacre if that's in their deck, but that's about it. Other than that, they're just, like, pretty locked out here. Yeah. We did it. Alright, now we just have to win game 3, which is a lot harder because we're on the draw. Really hinges on, like, drawing Surgical or having them mulligan a little bit. But somehow we win a lot of game 3s in this matchup. My post-board win percentage against this deck is, like, 80%. My pre-board is 25%. Oh, well, this hand sucks. Put a mulligan to 6, so... Put a mulligan to 5, and we have Caracas, Chalice, and Council's Judgment, and, like, turn 4 Graveyard Hate in Recruiter after we, like, turn 2 Chalice. Do I go to 5-2? But we have, like, Caracas and Chalice. I don't hate this hand. You interested to know that I tried Soda Fire and Ice Flex Slot in Oakland? Oh, God, I'd love to have yeah, same. I'd love to have Stoneforge. I'd probably play Modern if they just unbanned Stoneforge and, like, didn't do any other bannings. Like, Stoneforge would not be good, but I would just have a lot more fun playing the decks. I would probably play a lot more Modern just if I got to cast Stoneforge Mystics in the format. I think I'm going to keep this on 6 with a Scry with, like, a good composition of softer hate cards. Put him mulligans to 4, so... I'll bottom that. It's just like looting. That tracks. Hopefully they discard just no fatties. It helps a lot versus the creature decks. Discards Iona. Alright, well, we have Caracas for Iona, so that's good. I am going to run out this plane, so they go for bringing back the Iona. If I run out Caracas, they're just not going to fire for a reanimation spell. It's a hiccup if they do reanimate the Iona, then I can't cast Chalice on one next turn, but it's definitely worth it, I think. So far, Nice is a real clock that can't be Reflector Mage for blocked by most of the spirits. Yeah. Stoneforge would be really good, especially against the fair decks, but it's like it definitely wouldn't solve D&T's problems or anything. I'll play D&T, aka Mono Hate Bears in Modern. Probably keep my Mono White ENT version, change that from the Arbiter. Yeah, I played a lot of Eldrazi taxes in Modern. I would probably just like snap cut Leonin Arbiters. So they're not doing anything. They have 1 card left in hand. I guess I'm just Chalice on 1-ing. What are our problems? Depends on the deck, I guess. Depends on like the iteration of Death and Taxes. And I think Black-White's biggest problems are like card grindy matchups and like creature matchups. You're just really good against combo decks. And like some creature decks you're good against because you have some amount of removal, but just like humans and spirits aren't great. For sure. But like for the mono white decks, it's less so. I guess, yes, Black White's biggest problem is the mana base, first and foremost, I suppose. Now let's chalice someone here. And then immediately top deck like all of my Source to Plowshares. Yeah, if they just entomb like Ashen Rider as a backup or something. Oh, Grizzlebrand, yeah, we definitely can Karakas all those now. Eldrazi are really good. I think Eldrazi is probably correct in a lot of iterations, the Death and Taxes in Modern. Exhume, sure. Grizzledad. If they just like go to 4, they're unmasking me. They can take my Judgment, but this Karakas is going to beat them up pretty bad. Wow. Just going to 4. Deal. You got me. Take my Recruiter, sure. When you stabilize and have a Violent 3... yeah. A lot of the issues that some of the other Death and Taxes decks face is that like a lot of your early game is very bad, and like your 3-drops are powerful, and Modern is a format where you can't just be relying on casting 3-drops fairly and trying to win like that. Unless they discard... yeah, they're just discarding... ooh. That is a good draw. They're down 2 unmasked, so I think I'm pretty safe just firing this off. And going and grabbing... Sanctum Prelate? Sanctum Prelate on 2 just, like, completely locks up this game unless they're on Massacre. Yeah, basically. Eldrazi Displacer is even, like, not great on turn 2. Are they gonna blow up my Assassin's Trophy? Oh, they're blowing up the Karakas. That's not great for me. Now they can make Iona or Grizzledad. And they have 3rd Unmasked. That's not great either. Well, I guess it doesn't matter what I grabbed at that point, if I'm just getting unmasked again, but... so we have Vial, so we definitely have some amount of answers to this. Not many. Ooh, never mind. Alright, yeah, we're just, like, super dead now. We went from okay to completely dead really fast. Alright, my Chalice in play. I thought they exiled the Chalice. My brain said they exiled the Chalice. And then they killed the Karakas. Now we're just dead. Yeah, because this is exact... no. We're not dead if we draw Karakas here. But if we don't, we are dead. Yeah. I'll do it. That sucks. Don't think the Recruiter decision mattered there. Did the Chalice decision matter there? Probably not. My other plans weren't really doing anything. Assassin Trophy is definitely a good card to have in Red-Black Reanimator, because specifically it can blow up cards like Karakas, which is a big deal, and also Leyline of the Void. It's like way better than Wear Tear, and every time I play against Red-Black playing Scrublands, I get very confused. Assassin Trophy is like nuts. 5... we won game 2, yeah. Lost game 1 as usual, lost game 3 as sometimes. Basically that matchup always goes you lose game 1, you win game 2, and then game 3 is a lot closer. I think I've played against this opponent. Definitely don't remember what they're on at all, though. This hand feels really loose. Just like mono 3s. Yeah, this hand's better. Oh, my opponent probably said good luck, have fun. Just grind that to the bottom. Let's see what they're doing over there. Oh, okay. Oh, playing Steel Stompy. This hand is not very good against Steel Stompy. I think I'm honestly going to port instead of playing Thalia here. Port slows down their shenanigans a lot better than a Thalia does. Next turn I can just cast Sword and play Thalia instead, which seems a lot better. Oh, jeez. It's a lot of Steel Overseers. Getting the smackdown real quick here. Draw, like, Stoneforge Mystic, please. Perfect. This is Vault Scourge punches as... Oh yeah, this Lodestone Golem now just Stone Cold blocks the Thalia. This Vault Scourge attacks me for 1,000,000. So that's cool. That's basically Stoneforge, right? Yeah. Thalia, Stoneforge, same card. We're so fucking dead. I don't see any world in which you win this. I agree. I can stack my deck, and I'm pretty sure we're still losing this game. You're supposed to attack there, by the way. With what? The Thalia into the 7/5? Like, equip it and then attack my 4/3 into the 7/5? What was my attack there? Oh yeah, Crusader was definitely not attacking. It was something sick. Even then, it just trades with a Lodestone Golem, which I'm not even sure. I guess it only gets worse from here, right? Because now it's going to be a 9/7. Still trades, I guess, but... Opponent tanking a lot on how exactly to kill me. I'm just dead in 2 turns to a Vault Scourge. Just 6/6, 8/8 just murders me. And they're also gaining 14 in the process. Only play here is right-click and seed. If they tap both Overseers, attack with both things, I block the Thalia, the Lodestone on the Thalia, and then we draw Umezawa's Jite, then maybe we get somewhere. Is 4 Clouds then Jite a winning line? Maybe. Plow the Vault Scourge, and then, like, plow the Overseer, and then plow the other Overseer, and then plow the Lodestone, or something like that. We have Thalia plus Karakas to, like, stonewall a ground guy. I think if, like, the thing I said exact... I'm not even sure if, like, the GT gets me out of this, if the attack all, whatever, block... I don't know where my opponent went. Oh, they figured it out. Oh, they're not attacking with Lodestone. Disappointing. Like, Flicker Wisp buys me a turn, right? Resets the Vault Scourge. Oh, they have another dude, too. Perfect draw. I dig it. Get him, Crusader. How will they ever beat a 4-4 with double strike? They just, like, take it and we'd still lose. Opponent say something in chat. Opponent said thinking. I don't really know what they were thinking about. We're super fucking dead. Alright. Killed the Lodestone. Got him. This matchup. This is probably a Blessed Alliance matchup. It's not a good matchup for Blessed Alliance, but it like does a bad Path to Exile impersonation. Is this a Cataclysm matchup? This deck does have like Karn and shit. And like swarms the board pretty fast. They can keep like one big thing, which is kind of scary. I guess step one, let's figure out what sucks. And the answer is Moms suck, Thalia sucks, and Sanctum Prelate sucks. So it might just be bringing in Cataclysms because we don't have other good cards. We still have to, like, leave in one of these cards. Probably, like, Athalia, because it is first strike. They can keep two big things. Oh, yeah, they're artifacts, too? Jeez. Rip turns off Modular. Do they even play Ravager? Probably. That's the only thing it turns off, though. Probably not worth boarding in. Rather have, like, a thing with power and toughness. Wait, do they have Hangerback, too? They have Hangerback in this deck, right? Do they? Maybe not. I don't fucking know. This is Legacy Affinity, right? Yeah, basically. It's just Steel Stompy. They definitely play Ballista, which is super obnoxious and hard to beat. They almost certainly play Ravager, because they play Ballista, and that's a combo. I think they play Hangerback? It's like Affinity if you just gave it Soul Lands. If Hangerback is, I wonder if Hangerback plus Ravager is enough to warrant Rest in Peace. I want to say the answer is no. Rip is pretty good versus Modern Scales Affinity. Yeah, it also depends on the deck. We're not killing a lot of their stuff. They can sack some of their stuff. When I bring in like not a Cataclysm, Cataclysm seems kind of miserable, honestly. Board like that. Thalia sucks so bad though. Rip is dead more often than that's good. Oh man. We're gonna run it like this. Fuck it. I haven't played Steel Stompy in so long. Where's my Steel Stompy thing on this list? Steel Stompy down here at 2. I've played against it twice. This guy seems like really good. 2 removal spells, Relic Water, Stoneforge. Chalice on 0 on the play. Don't know if that's worth boarding in, but it's not the absolute worst. When are we getting a Torpor for leaving the battlefield? Like an the new Tesa or whatever, the doubles triggers. Is Tesa specifically when things die? I think it's when triggers happen as a result of creatures dying. This is a Chalice on 1. Oh, deal. Are they blind name here? Stoneforge Mystic? Jite? Sure. Guess we're not grabbing, I could just plow this and then grab Batter Skull. Wow, if only I had a Chalice on 0. Probably am plowing this and then playing Stoneforge Mystic for Batter Skull. Also turns off their Opal. Let's draw some white lands. Preferably not more Caracas. Would love to be able to cast Relic Order and Spirit Keeper and stuff, and also be able to Batter Skull plus Path in the same turn or whatever. Well, they have a lot of mana. Oh, it's just a Karn, sure. Just a Karn. It is a 3/3 and getting larger. I think I'm just passing. There's no Batter Skull here. They can tag me for however many artifacts they play. Even like tick this down again, but at some point we'll be able to try to like clear the way with Path to Exile and stuff, try to kill it. I like just passing the turn. Alright, another dude. You got another dude? Lodestone, sure, that's a thing. Ooh, oof, that wasteland's bad for me. Yikes. Let's draw that white land, please. Things are not looking good for our hero. This is also looking to be a really fast league. You know what? You can have Phyrexian Revoker. Go ahead, have it. Please don't cast Steel Overseer. Oh, now we're just like never casting a spell. Intriguing. What deck is this? This is a Steel Stompy. Seems like kind of a conservative attack, honestly. Alright, we tried our best, guys. Tried our best, did not get there. Not having... The luck is not really with us today. Oops. Accidentally deleted my Steel Stompy stuff. 3, 6... Died there. Shaping up to be an exceptionally fast league. Ours are the opponents, because this is a D&T, there's a Steel... Oh, yeah. Caleb knows what I play. He's probably... But he's not super familiar with Legacy. 3 is a lot of Wastelands, if my opponent is playing a deck that Wasteland is good against. I'm just gonna keep it. Today's not my day, though, so we're definitely just queued into Miracles. Or, like, Sneak and Show. Keep it to it. Alright, I'm not the only greedy one, I guess. We can't even cast any of our spells. I'm just, like, all in on this file. Please play a non-basic, and then, like, Ponder and Shuffle. Oh, we're just like, is this Manaless Dredge? Please don't, please just go to your main 2 and do something. If this is Manaless Dredge and we kept like 3 Wastelands, that would have been hysterical. Thought they were just going to their end step there. But, looks like they stopped in their main 2. Oh, nope. Alright, the old keep 3 Wastelands against the deck that has actual 0 lands. That's fun. Can we just top deck Remorseful Cleric? Oh, Thalia's definitely not bad. Thalia prevents them from casting any spells for the rest of the game. The absolute worst. I told you, this is our luck today. We keep the triple Wasteland hand, and everyone's like, alright, what's the worst possible deck we could keep 3 Wastelands against? We just immediately fucking play Mantless Trash. That's just my luck today. This is not working out. This isn't doing it. Well, at least they can't cast spells. So that's something. Holding priority, discard 3 more cards, sure. That's not super scary. God, I hope that if they whiff on this Grave Troll, we just like win the game on the spot. But whiffing on the Grave Troll seems kind of unlikely. You don't have any black creatures. You can't. This isn't a tank. Oh, no, they have the Amalgam. They could make an Icarid. That seems really loose, but they could. Nope, they hit Shambling Shell and 2 Phantasmagorians. And a bridge. You just block this Icarid. Just going to explode on end step anyway. They get a single Zambi. Tick up. Hey, we can cast a spell. Look at that. I think I just want Mirran Crusader to try to get them dead here. Rather than Prelate to break like a single bridge. They're not dredging that much this turn. They could Phantasmagorian and dredge another 6 if they wanted. Discard their whole hand. But I think I want to hold the Prelate, especially for like a surprise bridge break that they don't see coming. Am I attacking here? Probably not. They did exile Phantasmagorian and make Icarid. No, I just get to like free kill the zombie, take 3, trade 3 damage for 2 damage. Probably not worth. Just sit on my heels here. Just try to wasteland them to cut off mana. Yeah, look at what we already did. They don't have any lands in play. Easy. How are they ever going to win now? I feel like bringing back the Icarid both last turn and this turn were kind of ambitious. Why did they bring back the Icarid last turn? They didn't even know they were going to hit like a bridge and exile their whatever it was called. 2 Narcs, 2 Nether Shadows. It's a lot of guys. The lands equals no spells. GG. Yeah, how are they? Oh man, mismatching Narcomoebas? Man, my opponent does not respect me. The perfect draw. Another Aether Vial. Could really use a Remorseful Cleric. Alright, this costs 2. Got 3 draws in the deck that are really good. Even like Stoneforge would be pretty solid at this point. How's that Brightling? Hey, Brightling could break a bridge. Brightling would be way more useful than Palace Jailer right now. Oh, yeah, this Lower Boy talking, it wasn't sarcastic. Brightling hasn't done anything yet. thought that was someone else chiding me because I've just had the most horrendous luck this league. Alright, they hit a second bridge there. They hit an amalgam. No attacks? Not even with the Narcomoebas? What the heck? Are they just like trying to steadily build up an army of zombies? I mean, that makes sense. That definitely tracks. Just not going to Violent Sanctum Prelate. Rather have it be a surprise. Am I just like wisping a zombie? I could wisp the Icarid. Like, on the end step trigger. They don't sacrifice it. Then they would sacrifice it on my end step? The beginning of the end step. So yeah, that doesn't matter. I guess I'm just wisping a zombie? I don't think wisp does anything else. Stoneforge would be really good. Just like Crusader with Batterskull on it. Just like so hard for them to win against. Bring back Icarid, bring back Prized Amalgam on end step. Mill some more, Creeping Chill. Share with Swords. Yeah, we kind of need like Batterskull, especially for like Lifelink and Vigilance. It'd just be so hard to attack into. God, I want to F6, but I can't like F6 because they just like turn all their guys sideways. If I just like have a sword, they just block it with another shadow, make 2 zombies, and then nothing happens. I'd equip like Flicker Wisp with sword. Kill my own Thalia, break the bridges. If only this deck played Seraphich. Alright, you get Prized Amalgam back, you sack your Icarid. We're reaching the point where we're no longer going to win. I think that point's like around this turn. We really need to draw like Remorseful Cleric, Recruiter, Stoneforge. Or Plains. Plains works, yep. I think they can probably start turning sideways here pretty soon. That's good. We've drawn 2 spells since we started the game. No, 3. We drew a second Vial. Granted, the Thalia was a really good draw. Chancellor of the Annex? They just have 1, or we just have not seen any in the other 24 cards in their deck? Still no more bridges. Is it time to turn sideways? I feel like it's time to turn sideways. Maybe 1 more turn. They're going to get 4 more zombies here. Like, not a lot of harm in waiting. They've got lethal most. Yeah. Hey, Howled Spirit Keeper. Fully qualified my opponent's graveyard as well. Is there a reason not to just jam? Yeah, I'm not having trouble trying to find a way that they die here by just, like, turning all their guys sideways. They lose 2 bridges and, like, 3 zombies, and I would have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think I just would have been lethal or close to it. It's definitely lethal this turn. I'm just F6ing. I'm not, like, viling in Prelate when they try to crunch me here. Maybe we can F5 after all these upkeep triggers or whatever. It's like 23 last turn, yeah. Something like that. But I had like 4 blockers, so like maybe I'm not dead, but I'm definitely dead the next turn. Flare the Haybound, sure. Oh, another Creeping Chill, cool. It's crunch time. There we go. God. My fucking luck. Oh, 3 Wasteland is probably pretty good. 3 Wasteland, Aether Vial. Actual Manaless Dredge. Well, this is another matchup where Blessed Alliance sucks a lot. This is probably a Council's Judgment matchup. What matchup isn't this? Howled Spirit Keeper matchup? Revoker matchup? Probably not a Flicker Wisp matchup. And then, like, one more card. Keeping Revoker. Watching the stream is educational. Yeah, this is how you lose. Name's Phantasmagoria. Name's Phantasmagoria on turn 2, which is phenomenally worse than naming it Phantasmagoria like at an earlier turn in the game. Like, after they discard Phantasmagoria into hand size, Phantasmagoria has a lot less text. They could, like, mill it over after their first dredge, and then they could discard some of their, like, dead cards in their hand, but, like, Revoker's, like, one of the worst cards in your deck. If you can find me a better card to cut, then I'm all ears. Like, I'm looking at this sort of Fire and Ice, honestly. What can go wrong with Blessed Alliance First Path? Yeah, we played, like, 3 straight match. Wait, is it 4 now? Played against 2 Reanimator decks, and this, and something else. Seal Stompy, all of which I wanted Path more than Blessed Alliance. Faux show. Sword helps specifically Crusader cut through Narcomoebas, that's about it. I think this is what the end game is. Like, Revoker does have some text, it's not, like, completely irrelevant, but I think all of the cards in this current configuration are better than a Revoker is going to be. Maybe Council's Judgment isn't worth it. Judgment is kind of slow, but, like, again, better than a 2-1 for 2, I think. Plus, sometimes you need to, like, exile their graveyard a little slowly, and you need to, like, clean up bits, and just having overcosted removal can still help clean up the pieces. Yeah, I do like the online meta a lot right now for Brightling, as we play against, like, Reanimator, Manaless Dredge, but... So, I would not like to play first, because they're on Manaless Dredge, and I get a free extra card. Gotta remember that. This is just a mulligan, right? Like, Thalia's good, Plow's good, Crusader's good, but none of these cards are, like, good enough. Plus, we look at so many extra cards. This is a Cataclysm match. It would have helped. No, when they had bridges. They use Cataclysm, they just sack all their creatures. Make more. they don't have any bridges, you get them with the Cataclysm. Then I'm just like snap along the sand. This deck is just finds it so hard to beat just a Rest in Peace or a Remorseful Cleric or even like a Surgical Extraction. Yeah, I don't really like Brightling for the I like Brightling's good in the Miracles matchup, but I really wanted it for like the more aggressive matchups like Delver. Gaining life is very good. He kept 7, surprising. Easy keep. This is probably a scry to the top, right? This just like finds me another thing. We need a 3rd land for it, but it represents a Remorseful Cleric or a Containment Priest, assuming they like Force of Will as Rest in Peace or whatever. This is probably a scry to the top. Alright, do we win the game? Force of Will. This is a pretty clear yes or no on win the game here. Not a lot of wiggle room. There we go. Force of Will. Not rocket science. Pitch the blue card. There we go. Pitch Whirlpool Rider. So now, next turn, depending on what their dredges look like, we can either Recruiter for a Graveyard Hate card or play Thalia to lock them out of spells. Narc, Whirlpool, Shambling, Troll, Chill. So all they have is Dredgers and a Narc Amoeba, right? So it's probably Recruiter for, like, Containment Priest. It is bad if they hit a Therapy, though. If I just, like, cast Recruiter. Do we have the time? So if I play Recruiter and they flip a Therapy in their top 6, that's so bad for me. So maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I want to lock them out of stuff first. Happy to trade with this Narc Amoeba if they want it. Yep. I hope these dredges are a little slow. This is nothing. It's a prized amalgam down the line somewhere. Maybe I should have even like led with Thalia instead of Force, instead of just ramming Rest in Peace, since Thalia protects the Rip from Force, or just like the Thalia would get forced essentially. Recruiter for Containment Priest. Always found I only generally really want to see one. Yeah, the issue is sometimes it gets like thought seized or hymned away or something. Generally, I don't like 2 a lot, specifically in the Grixis matchup, because if the first one is hard to answer, the second one is less hard to answer. Because, like, they bolt the first one, and then they can, like, snap bolt the second one. Alright, they get another Shadow, I think. Is this 2 or 3 cards? 3. So they don't get another Shadow. You just get to Priest it. Oh, never mind. So they do give this little guy back. So that's fine. They get 2 Amalgams. It's definitely beatable, especially with the Mother of Runes. Icarid and 2 Nether Shadows that won't see the light of day. So that's fine. Just have to beat what's on board. Plus any bridges they may hit. But we're also being almost able to cast Batter Skull, which should end the game after that. Oh wait, did they not get back these Nether Shadows? Cool, it's just this board that I have to beat them. Is this a May? It is a May. This is all Mays. I'm just going to flash this in now so I can have 6. Yeah. 6 land Skull should just end the game here. We can also just kill Prized Amalgams. We can just block with Thalia and anything else, give the other creature pro black, and then like Crocus back the Thalia. But they can keep hitting exactly bridges. That's 2 bridges. It's a little scary. We also just like lose a guy, kill the bridges ourselves, so they can only keep attacking us with this Narcomoeba. Yep. Ooh, Stoneforge too. Stoneforge for the GT. That should be game. I can also hit, like, whatever that thing is, Creeping Chills. So I do need to start clocking them, but... We'll clock them with a 6-power First Striking Thalia. And that also eventually will just have a GT on it. And I can, like, GT down my Recruiter. If I draw my 7th land, I might just go Stoneforge GT equip before the Batter Skull. Then I can just attack the Thalia and ping off the Recruiter. Yeah. So what happens if I equip it to the Germ instead? Active player, then non-active player. So they would get triggers before. Yeah, let's just equip to Thalia. So I only have to kill one of their things. Can also attack with this Germ though, because first strike damage happens first. So that'll let me just kill off my Recruiter. Equip Thalias in both, yeah. Can even save my Thalia here, so First strike damage happens. GTA trigger. Ping the recruiter. Break the bridges, ping the prize amalgam. Yeah, they conceded. We did it! Woo! Alright, now we just gotta run it back. Don't really think I'm making any changes. All this stuff looks fine. All the stuff on the sideboard looks not fine. So this is... If this hand had a Vial, I might actually keep it. But this is like turn 4 Graveyard Hate, which is just very slow. We can mulligan do a lot better than that. Ooh, like this. This hand has so much stuff. This hand should be game. I think my opponent lost. This hand has so many goodies. How does my opponent possibly win? Ah, yes, they discarded Phantasmagorian. That means I just get to, like, play Cleric here, too. If they discarded just a Dredger, I think I need to play Rip. But because they discarded Phantasmagorian, almost Cleric just does so much work. Cleric doesn't even give them false hope. If this thing resolves, they also lose, because they just spend their turn discarding Phantasmagorian instead. Now they just still die. And we still have Surgical and Rip. Do you have Force of Will? Or possibly Disrupting Shoal? Oh, they got the Force! Pitch Whirlpool Rider, you did it. You are still alive, opponent. Might actually end up surgicaling this Force and just making sure I resolve Rest in Peace if... Obviously depends on what they discard and such. Probably not going to come to that. I'm probably just surgicaling like a bridge or something. Depends on what they flip. Got a Dread Return there. Only one Dredger, you say? Might have Street Wraith. No, they just lose. Cool. Look at their deck. Interesting. Oh, they brought in 2 Contagions? That's fun. And, like, Disrupting Shoals and Force of Wills. I'm not screenshotting this because they've lost. Their hand... Oh, I don't know what they draw, though. So if they draw a blue card, they can counter my Rest in Peace. But, like, then they're just gonna die to a Mother of Runes attacking them. But yeah, I'm not... Do you lose? Draw a blue card? I can still recruit her for Containment Priest if I need to. And also just clock you with a Mom as you have to draw before they... They did draw the Prized Amalgam. But now we have 6 turns to just beat them to death. Because they can't do anything. Does the math work out that I can just get Mirror Crusader and kill them before they do anything? So they're going to 15 here, then drawing to 4 cards, then going to 13, they're at 5 cards, then going to 7 at 6 cards, then going to 1 at 7 cards, and they're dead. So like if I grab Mirror Crusader, that's better against Contagion. Maybe I'm supposed to grab the Containment Priest still. Because Contagion just puts them back another 2 turns, too. Yeah, we're just going to grab Containment Priest. Beatdown time. So just Surgical, the Forcible Gonzani. They only had 1 Dredger. Surgical just buys me infinite turns if I just kill the Dredger. Oh, nice. Our Council's Judgment here to the rescue. Just gonna cast this. So if they get to 8 cards, discard to hand size. Do they? Wow, they actually drew the Contagion. All right. Well, that just I think they should have. They think they wanted to wait. Oh no, then I shouldn't have attacked with Bomb. I'm a fucking idiot. Oh well. For our Contagion targeted. Yeah, that thing that Dark you just said. Yeah, game's over though. There are 4 cards in hand. We drew Batter Skull. GG's. I mean, if they Contagion before they got to like 8 cards in hand, then they're just like I'm just get so many time walks. But yeah, I was right to leave a Mother of Runes. But yeah, it didn't matter. All right, Manaless Dredge. Where's Manaless on this list? We lost game 1, won games 2 and 3. Who would have thought? Dredge loses sideboard games. Crazy. But yeah, leaving up Mother of Ruin just means that we can just never die, so. Did we lose to Seal Stompy? Yeah, we lost to Seal Stompy. They had some pretty aggressive draws, and we had some pretty clunky draws, and shit happened. Steel Overseer plus Vault Scourge into second Steel Overseer into Lodestone Golem into Lodestone Golem. Followed by, what was it, just like Revoker into Karn into Lodestone Golem into Lodestone Golem or something like that. And also Wasteland my only white source in game 2. It was just like some like nutty stompy draws, and we had very weak hands with like drawing a bunch of Thalias game 1, and also just like getting flattened with no removal game 1. And then game 2 we kept Port Caracas, and they wastelanded my Caracas on turn 3. Didn't look like we might have not won that game regardless. Although I guess we could have like pathed the first Lodestone, which makes the second Lodestone not lock us out of our removal. But yeah. Then we lost the close one to Red-Black Reanimator. No, we'll wait for round 5. Yeah, this league's been going by pretty quick. The Dredge matchup took the longest, but it's also because my opponent took like twice the time I did. We finished like over 15 minutes on the clock. The opponent had like 7. Which, like, Manaless Dredge isn't exactly the most sequence-intensive deck outside of, like, stacking your deck for your Nether Shadows. does not exactly reward sequencing that much, and properly stacking the bridge triggers when 2 creatures trade. But for the most part, yeah, not super decision heavy. There we go. So do you still think Priest is better than second rip? It depends on a lot of stuff. Priest being recruitable is pretty big. Priest being recruitable, like, I put it in this at the start because of Dredge too, but like, if the Phoenix decks settle on Bedlam Reveler, I might want a second rip again, because Bedlam Reveler is a rough card. But Priest is also good against the Phoenix decks because Phoenix triggers are not Maze. Guess we're just like keeping this. Let's think about what the worst hand this, like, and we're probably playing against like Storm with this hand, considering how last game went. So I think I'm still keeping it though. This hand's so good. Like, if we're playing against like Delver or something, this hand's insane. Or even like red-black. We have Caracas and multiple plows. Humans? Could be Death and Taxes. Could be 5-color humans. I think any deck that goes Cavern into Mom, I just want a Stoneforge for GTA though. Oh, it is the mirror. Luckily, we're ahead on the GTA timing. Ooh, and we get to go Mom plus GTA here. That's really good. This game might just be over. Not a great draw, but they could like naturally have Batterskull. When we have Mom, we just like pro-black our thing, or just plow it. Alright, so they naturally have Batterskull. So, Living Weapon trigger. I think I'm just gonna plow it. Just kill the Stoneforge. Yuck, the mirror, yeah. Mirror, not always so great. Maybe killing that Stoneforge is a little aggressive. Maybe not. They like revoke the GTA now? Yep. It's like fine. We also need to let's just build up triggers on it. We can also flicker the Revoker, but we don't have anything to ping right now, so I don't really care. If they go land, equip Batterskull to Revoker, what's my plan? I'm gonna like get Spirit Keeper down and stuff. Yeah, I don't really care if they do that. You can always just flicker the Revoker and stuff too. We just sit here and build up counters. We could also just like play Thalia. Thalia plus Caracas just blocks the Batterskull forever. I could also just do that next turn. I think I just want to set up a guy first. If they get land equipped Revoker, we can just like take it for one turn. Build up a million GTA counters in the meantime. And Suitor Provoker. Oh, deal. Wastelanding me. Way better. Recruiter, sure. What are they recruiting for, I wonder? Stoneforge? Wisps? Wisps, which means I just need to kill this recruiter now. So I need to Flicker Wisp the Revoker, attack. Pump my Stoneforge on no blocks just to deal extra damage here. Ping off the recruiter. Then they're just left with a Wisp. They could... yeah, no, they can't do anything. They will eventually be able to, like, Batterskull up their Wisp. Attack Filter after, give them a chance to mess with one block. I'd rather, like, pump, deal more damage, than, like, give them the chance to mess up that they almost assuredly won't do. Now they have a Wisp that can, like, only target the GTA, really, because we have Mom. Yep, names GTA again. They could have not named GTA and got their own... oh, if they don't name GTA, never mind, I just hang it off, obviously. So Wasteland's pretty nice here. What am I attacking with? Wisp, Spirit Keeper, Stoneforge? Yeah. I briefly thought about that. I was like, can they even, like, get a connection if they, like, flicker their own Revoker? But we also have our GTA live as well, so just, like, dead no. Sure, Flicker Wisp me. Like, Flicker Wisp the GTA if they wanted to. Flicker Wisp the Mom? I guess they're tapping it down. What don't I want to die here? I can just pro-white whatever I don't want them to block this Wisp instead, and just the Mother Runes comes back. I think I'd rather them actually trade here. We'll give my Howled Spirit Keeper pro-white. It shouldn't actually matter, but you never know. Like, I'd be happy if they killed off their Wisp here. Oh, they're playing the Mom, sure. So Wasteland prevents them from, like, equipping Batterskull this next turn, so we don't need to port them yet. We can just deploy the Thalia this turn. Their own Thalia. Yeah. That doesn't matter. Yeah, this game feels pretty over. Oh, they can wasteland my Caracas. Play their own Thalia. But in order to block now, they need to get rid of their... If in order to live, they need to get rid of their Revoker, so... That's a game. Gotta block with that Revoker. And you die. Yep, sure. And I also get, like, 3 spirits. And they're at 1 life, and we have 7 GT counters. I think we won. I'm not positive here. Hey, we did it. We won game 1 in the mirror. Alright. This is another matchup where Path to Exile is a lot better than Blessed Alliance. That's for sure. Although Blessed Alliance still definitely comes in. Especially with, like, the untapping tricks. Also, occasionally you might Edict something, but probably not super common. This is 7 cards. Snapcut all the Thalias, and the Prelate, and the Spirit Keeper, and then the Brightling? Crusader? What do I want to cut here? Oh, he could have had Selfless Squire. Does that even, like... Does it ETB with the counters, or is it a trigger? Because if it's a trigger, we just kill it, right? And, like, the thing doesn't get the counter. I don't know how Selfless Squire works. Selfless Squire. When it enters the battlefield, prevent all damage dealt to you. So it ETBs, and then we ping it to death, and then they get to live a turn, and they still have nothing, and we still have, like, 3 GT counters left over. Yeah, not super important. I'm not really sure what I want to cut here. It's the actual thing. It's probably either Crusader or Brightling. I think all these cards are better. Palace Jailer is like a little bit finicky, but it's really good, especially if your opponent casts Palace Jailer. You get to like take the Monarchy without having to attack them. Cut Crusader. Brightling gets to like fog things a lot better than Crusader does. Already so many things getting a Revoker that Brightling's probably not getting a Revoker. Crusader's better with equipment, but like again, what I always basically say about Crusader in the mirror is that if you're connecting with equipment and getting triggers, it doesn't matter if you're getting 2. Like, getting 1 is still going to put them in the ground pretty hard. I was like, Vigilance can come up. Lifelink can definitely come up, and like Never Dying can for sure come up. Am I supposed to keep this? The mirror's so weird. I don't think I'm supposed to keep that. We have Removal Spell, we have Recruiter for whatever, we have a Brightling, but that's it. Yeah, Cleric's been gassed this stream. It's been gassed or like been Thoughtseize when it would have been very gassed. Or Force of Will to wherever when it would have been very good. I'm definitely like pretty sold on Cleric right now. Especially with Phoenix popping up. If I had like a port, I'd like this hand a lot more. I think I'm a mulligan. Ooh, I like this hand more. Bottom that. If they don't play a Mom, we can play a Vial. If they do... Didn't really want to draw a second Vial, but I'll take it. It's a flyer that can also stop a GT trigger, notably, because you can sack it. Yeah, we're gonna activate Violet here. If they name Mom and like try to kill it at some point, we can plow the Revoker. Get him. Or if they like equip GTA to the Stoneforge and attack or something. Oh, they're just gonna plow Mom now. Well, that plan doesn't work, but whatever. Ah, yes, the third Aether Vial. Need to draw an answer to a GTA real fast. We can stall it for a couple turns here with Cleric and Plow. It's just, I don't know if it's just what we wanted, but it's not the worst. The issue is that if I think I'm supposed to plow this, but if I plow it, my opponent has the ability to have extra mana to get rid of my Cleric, and then I lose out on the availability to stall a GTA. This is just, oh yeah, that was the joke, yeah. I always forget what I say like 15 seconds prior. I think I'm just gonna plow this. I mean, Plow doesn't give extra mana, but Plow gives them the ability to just, like, untap, equip GTA Revoker, and still have extra mana here to get rid of my Cleric. Whether it's, like, play land Flicker Wisp or just Plow it or something. Which means this isn't a guaranteed stop GTA trigger from happening. Whereas the Plow would be, if I blocked and sacked with the Cleric instead. Oh, the perfect draw. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. Well, a couple turns to draw something to deal with a Revoker. Council's Judgments, Leonin Relic Orders, our own Revokers. Oh god, I hate... Sure, you got me. Can't cast my Palace Jailer now. Flicker Wisp is not going to do anything right now, so I'll just hold it in hand. If I flicker the GTA, that my Wisp just dies, they re-equip. Life goes on. It's definitely not a loss yet. My opponent has few cards in hand. If we manage to answer a GTA, then we have something going. Well, that's kind of rude. Now we definitely need to draw an answer to Plow, or we're probably just fucking dead. Is it time to concede yet? Probably not. I'm just going to Stoneforge Mystic into my own GTA. We probably have like one turn before we're buried. Maybe 0. Maybe we're already buried by the Palace Jailer drawing them a bunch of cards. Unless we draw exactly Council's Judgment to deal with it forever, because they'll definitely, I think they'll just be able to beat a Relic Order at this point. Would have waited to Valid in. And their Revoker's on Vial. Also, it's more mana efficient because I can cast the GTA there. You can't do any of the stuff you say, because they have a Revoker. If we draw Council's Judgment now, I'm going to be sad. I think I need to Wisp this now. Is this lethal? 10, 12, not quite, but probably worth Wisping this GTA now. Yeah, that would have been a decent plan, if not for the Revoker. At this point, we just need to top deck, like, Council's Judgment into our own Palace Jailer into... Even our own Palace Jailer probably wouldn't do it, because I assume they're going to cast a creature. So, like, Palace Jailer into, like, Recruiter of the Guard. Hey, just in time, Revoker. Definitely super late to the party here. Yeah. Let's concede. Not quite lethal, right? 2, 4, 6, 8? Yeah. We're not drawing anything at that point. I'll just run it back. It was a mull to 6, and like they won the GTA fight, which answers like a decent portion of both pre and post board games. Is just like the GTA race. I would love to play first. I also just love to keep this hand. Winning the GTA race, and we just have second Stoneforge for more gas. No turn 1 fit play feels a little bit bad, but I think this hand's just like snap it off. Mom is marginally annoying. Prevents us from connecting for now. Why we're playing Brightling? Because there's been a recent influx of aggressive decks right now. I like the ability to life gain. It's like good against Delver and such. So I could Stoneforge for Batterskull. I'm definitely playing this Mom. Technically, I could actually cast Flicker Wisp on my Stoneforge and try to like rip the land and then GTA like dunk on them. If we don't rip the land, then we have to like Stoneforge leave a Blessed Alliance or something. I don't hate that plan actually. This also just lets me go get the Batterskull too. Wasteland's kind of annoying. Love to draw third land. Nice. So now we can play Mom and leave up Batterskull or Blessed Alliance here. I guess I should also just attack for 3. Yeah, I should probably attack for 3. They put in their GTA. If they just try to attack with it, we can Blessed Alliance. And if we rip a land, we just get them. Yeah, Blessed Alliance is a lot better than Path right here. Not bad, not bad. Kill the mom. Oh, Path. I just win now. I'm getting a land. You know I have this GTA. The game's just over now. I don't even need to rip the land. GG, I guess. I mean, I don't win. They get, like, Judgment away at the GTA, but this just lets me connect, which is so insane. So if they, like, jailer me, that doesn't matter. This showcases for Path is not better than Blessed Lens. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Relic Order, marginally annoying, but gain 2 life, I guess. We can, like, fuck around with Flicker Wisps to deal with Relic Order if we need to. Blessed Alliance not getting hit by Chalice in, like, the Eldrazi matchup is neat. So I could just Flicker Wisp the Relic Order, equip, attack. But then when it comes back, it just gets, like, eat my GTA forever, which isn't great. I'm much happier, I think, just attacking. I can Wisp my Wisp and then flicker out their GTA and just, like, beat them to death with Flyers and Batterskull. Sure. Stoneforge resolves. We might just be dead. Yeah, something like that. We have 3/6. We only have 10. Ooh, they got sort of War and Peace. Fancy. Ooh, we have Relic Order for their GTA now. Sick. I could also just, wait, hang on. We could Stoneforge, Sword, put in Sword, equip a Wisp, attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the air. And Germ. If they don't block Germ, they die. If they do block Germ, the Sword trigger just kills the other thing. They could have a removal spell left in hand, which is scary if I go for that line. Oh, I'm 1 mana short. Yeah, that's true. I only have 5 mana, not 6. So I guess I just attack and Flicker Wisp or whatever. Oh, nope, not attack with all. Alright, they're at 1. So what's the safer play? I guess probably Flicker Wisp? Because Flicker Wisp means that even if they get a GTA connection, they can only kill 2 Wisps and they're still staring down lethal. I can just, like, Flicker Wisp plus Stoneforge here. They do have a sort of War and Peace, which they can play and equip. They gain, like, 3 life, but, like, that's if that's what they're doing with their whole turn, that's fine. He might not be able. I'm pretty sure we could probably have won through a source of plowshares. Sure, you got a mom. So they have 3 cards in hand. If they put in the sword and equip and attack, they only gain up to 3 life, so they're still super dead on board. Not including sword or relic order. Yeah, they're just dead. Cool, we did it. We crawled back from our 1 and 2. Got ourselves the old pity chest. "17 matches of the mirror, 43 games, 27 wins, 16 losses. We won game 1? Yeah, game 1 and game 3. Lost game 2. With an STB, there's theoretical odds to not die. Yeah, definitely. With the Swords of Plowshares, my opponent can definitely like live. They can like plow the Flickerous my target with my Wisp, untap, equip, G-Tate a Stoneforge, suicide it, ping off my other 2 Wisps, but then we're still just going to like house them with Batter Skull plus Sword of Fire and Ice the following turn or something. Thanks for the bits, Dark View. So we never played Brightling. The Blessed Alliance was randomly super clutch. We played a bunch of matchups where I kind of would want Palace Jailer more than Brightling, but obviously we played against like Reanimator twice. So that's life, I guess. You change your sideboard and then you play against a bunch of other decks. But I do want to test the Brightling more. It's possible that I just need to go up to a second Brightling for testing purposes. Not because I want 2 Brightlings, but because I want to draw Brightling more often to see how good it is in like given matchups. But was not displeased with the only time I've ever cast a Blessed Alliance, so that's definitely something. Overall, everything else still kind of fine. I think it seems kind of odd that the Jailer is a main. I mean, like, matchups where I want Jailer. I talked about it a little bit in the Discord. Yeah, I could see just dropping the Spirit Keeper for testing. I did feel like I betrayed it after, were you displeased with the times you didn't cast Path because you had Blessed Alliance? Well, I don't know, because I didn't bring in Blessed Alliance against Reanimator, right? Or, like, Dredge or stuff like that, so harder to gauge that side of things. So obviously it's easier to find out when Blessed Alliance is better than Path in matchups where you bring in both, but it's a lot harder to find out where Path is better than Blessed Alliance is in matches where you don't bring in them both in. Anyway, so yeah, I kind of betrayed the Palace Jailer after like totally single-handedly won me that Mold of 5 against Miracles on game 1 or whatever. But again, it was a lot of testing, and some of the only matchups that I'm like, wow, I don't have a Jailer to recruit for. I'm really bummed about that. It's like 4-color Lumen Miracles are like the only ones where that I think comes up a decent chunk of the time. So I don't hate having it in the sideboard instead, because it's a very powerful tool to have in the toolbox, but it doesn't come up super often that I'm recruiting for it in game 1s. Like against Delver, it's just like I'm never going to be recruiting this Palace Jailer anyway, so. And I kind of want to draw this Brightling. But yeah, I think I agree that I want to just cut Spirit Keeper for a second Brightling just for testing purposes. I still think Spirit Keeper is probably better than Brightling, because Spirit Keeper is also just really good against Delver, weirdly. Because they play like a very like grindy matchup, especially in post-board games where they just remove all your creatures, and it kind of acts as our own True Nemesis, whereas if they block it, if they kill it, then it explodes into like a million spirits usually. And yeah, Brightling also kind of helps the Miracles matchup still. It's not too durable, though, so it's not, like, excellent in the Miracles matchup, obviously. How's the third recruiter in the board been? I board it in, like, all the time. I don't know if that means it's good, but it means that it comes in a lot. I boarded it in, what, every game today? What did we play against? Mono Black, Reanimator, Depths, whatever. Red Black Reanimator. Steel Stompy, Death and Taxes, Manaless Dredge. Yeah, I think I boarded it in 5 for 5 times. But, like, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's good. It's just, like, because we want additional effects. Rec41W, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. You board it in because you just want extra effect. Like, it's, like, weird and, like, kind of cheating because you board it in against Reanimator because it tutors your graveyard hit. You board it in against Death and Taxes because it tutors, like, your Stoneforges or, like, Value Engines with Flicker Wisps or tutors Revoker or Ballista. You board it in against Miracles because it's really good, and you Recruiter Chain against Miracles. You board it in against Steel Stompy because you need to find Relic Order or Stoneforge. Like, it just is a slow way to find a lot of extra copies of your cards. So it's not necessarily like a good thing, but it's a thing that you always want if it's sitting in your board. Because it's just like good in any matchup where you're going to go even a little bit slowly. Which is like almost everything besides Delver. Also, I just like the Recruiter card, just like an insane Magic card. Yes, it's definitely authentically good against control. It is legitimately good against control, and I do think that it is legitimately like fine against combo decks, a lot of them at least, because like it's not an Ethosworn Canonist, but it's an Ethosworn, and like it tutors up a Thalia or a Prelate against Storm and does like. Shouldn't 3 be main? Yeah, but main deck games tend to go a lot faster is the issue. Sideboard games slow down a lot generally, which is why I like the third on the board. It's the same reason Council Judgment's not in the main. Because Council Judgment is just really slow and clunky, and like the post-board games are going to slow down. It's a candidate for Brightling replacement. Yeah, I could like cut it, play a Brightling, even like move that Ballista to the board too. I think there's like testing to be done with Brightling again with all those Delver. I say as I've played against 5 straight non-Delver decks, but most of the stuff you care about hitting with Conscious Judgment comes out of opponents' boards. I mean, it's like some of it. Like Dread of Knights and stuff. Judgment is awful in so many matches. That's not true. Judgment comes in a lot. Like, we just like look at the top. It's only 11:20. I have some time to bicker and discuss. So let's look at just like the random top decks. In Legacy. Eldrazi comes in, Grixis Delver comes in, the Mirror comes in, Miracles comes in, Grixis it comes in, Lands it comes in, Show and Tell comes in, Dark Depths it comes in. I'm just like reading off the top decks. Storm it like very questionably comes in, but it's like kind of weird. Reanimator comes in. Comes a decent chunk, but the times it doesn't come in for you, you really don't want it. I mean, like, I guess. Like, what matchups do I really not want Council's Judgment off the top of your head? Like, I don't know. I'm looking at all these, I'm like, I wouldn't hate to draw Council's Judgment in most of these matchups. Eldrazi, Delver, D&T, Blue-Red Delver, Red Stompy, Maverick, Burn, Death Shadow, Goblins, Steel Stompy, Rug Delver, Merfolk. All those decks. I was just reading down the list of the aggro decks on top 8. Miracles, Grixis, Land, Stoneblade, 4-color Loam, Nick Fit, Antiquities War, what? Check Pile, Show and Tell, Dark Depth, Storm, Reanimator, Elves, Infect, Dredge, Cloud Post, Food Chain. Thing with Council Judgment. I guess, yeah, you never want to draw in game 1 against Storm, that's fair. Sometimes you want a third, but generally you only want 2. It can, yeah. But yeah, definitely bad game 1 against Storm. Basically unplayable. I want 4 Council's Judgment against Antiquities 4. I don't think I've ever played against it. It's like the mono blue painter deck, right? What happens if I click on this? There are 4 decks that exist. These are all blue-black. Oh, is this just like Tez with Antiquities War? Yeah. Wait, no, this deck doesn't even have Tezzerets. What the fuck? There's just a black splash for Baleful Strix. And I guess sideboard cards probably. Weird. Play Serenity. I was thinking the mono blue painter deck that one guy played at the SCG, but I guess blue black Tez it probably just slots into that deck. Yeah, luckily, not exactly a super common deck, so. But yeah, definitely some more, like, fine-tuning that I want to be trying to fiddle around with. I want to see where this Grixis Phoenix deck shapes up, and I want to see what our matchup looks like against them. So I'm kind of, like, waiting for the dust to settle on that one. Is it actually, like, viable? Is it going to keep going, or is it just, like, a flash in the pan? And if it is viable, what is, like, the more or less the consensus on what the deck looks like? Because if it looks like Bedlam Revelers, that's a little more obnoxious, and I think I want to, like, tick up to 2 Rest in Pieces. Because Bedlam Reveler is a dick. Even, like, Spirited Labyrinth would be really good against the Phoenix deck. How's your Eldrazi Tron matchup? I'll tell you the next time I see a Tron land in Legacy, Caleb. It does seem fine, like, theoretically. So I'm 1-2 against it, but, like, I went to 3 games all 3 times, and all of my losses and wins, I guess, were, like, pretty close. But we just have so many good cards against them. Like, Thalia's insane, Cleric's insane, Sanctum Prelate is almost, like, lights out a lot of the time. Chalice of the Void's insane. Even Canonist, if you're not a Chalice of the Void, is still insane. Equipment, if you ever connected with one. Like, the games you lose are the turn 2 Dark Red Buried Alive, cast a spell Phoenix hands, and the hands where they just go, like, Thoughtseize, Cabal Therapy you, and you, like, don't have a hand anymore. Because, like, the deck's actually pretty removal light. It plays some number, usually less than 4 bolts and, like, 2 abrades in the sideboard. So it's hard for them to even, like, interact with just, like, the first Thalia, let alone, like, the second or the Stoneforge after that or something like that. So I want to say the matchup is favored, but since where anyone goes Thoughtseize Therapy, it's like, yeah. I'm just listing off, like, the ways you usually lose. It's like they're nuts Dark Rit hands where they, like, turn 1, turn 2, get you, or they're, like, stupid, like, a million disruption spells, which they do play 4 Thoughtseize, 4 Therapy, so sometimes they just, like, tear your hand apart and then, like, hard cast a Phoenix on turn 4 and beat you to death with it while you sit around, like, trying to scrape together cards again. Because you kept 3 land, Vial, 2 creatures, or whatever. Matchup is favorable, especially if we're on a second Rip. I think Containment Priest might be better than Rip if they don't settle on Bedlam Revelers. Esper, Mentor, Splash Red for Phoenix and Barrier. Oh yeah, I saw that deck. It was like the 4-color. That deck looked like a fucking mess. Jesus. I'm really bad at, like, just looking at decks on paper and figuring out how good they are, but I did see him tweeting about that 4-color. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Jesus Christ, this fucking deck. So he played Intuition. No, he was playing. It was like Grixis Phoenix Splash for Mentor, if anything. I mean, I guess it's actually like almost Esper Phoenix, right? There's probably there's one red land for Volcanic for hardcasting Phoenixes, but like the white splash is also very light. It's for Mentors and like sideboard some number of plows and disenchants and Zealous Persecution. Ugh. Singleton Reanimate. What is this? This Reanimate seems like so mice. Just one Reanimate. So the threat base is just 4 Mentor, 4 Arclight, 2 Jace, I guess, technically. Wait, 3 Lotus Petal? What are we doing with that? Are we just trying to, like, turn 1 them? You need Dark Rit, Buried Alive, Lotus Petal, 1-drop? And you get to, like, turn 1 them with Phoenixes? I don't know. Whiteface is a madman. Hang on, I can pull up the list for everyone to look at, too. Say goodbye, chat. Because I can't see you anymore. No, I still can't over on my other monitor, but he turned 1 someone. Jesus. But yeah, this deck looks interesting. It also looks fucking greedy as hell. It also looks like we'd just like never fucking beat this deck, especially 2 Zealous Persecutions on the sideboard. Ugh. gonna take this off screen now. That's a scary deck, yeah. I hope that's not the final iteration. I doubt it will be, because the more you look like that deck, the more you're just dying to anything trying to, like, Soul Land Chalice you, right? Like, hang on, let me pull up it. Like, this deck doesn't even play Braids anymore. If your opponent plays Chalice the Void, you just die now. You're just, like, Eldrazi Stompy. You're like, even, like, Mono Red Stompy, whatever. Just, like, Blood Mooning you and stuff. You have no, like, interaction in the main, so, like, even just Thalia, you don't have any bolts. You just have 2 sideboard Swords of Plowshares. This deck is, like, very, very all in on just getting your opponent dead and not really interacting at all, and that's probably not where this deck wants to be. I mean, not interacting at all outside of the discard, obviously. I don't know. Deck looks kind of... That iteration looks like a little bit loose and a little greedy, but... Anyway, interested. I'm definitely, like, following that deck as it develops, because, you know, new decks. You want to figure out what your plan is against a lot of the decks in the format. And if I keep running into that every other league or whatever, I definitely want a more concrete plan. Yeah, Canonist seems, like, maybe better than Chalice? Chalice lets them still get back Phoenixes, but Canonist also can die. And also lets them, like, slowly cantrip and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's, like, you play just, like, one Canonist sideboard? I don't know. There are a lot of, like, things I want to be doing and not enough slots in Death and Taxes, which is a problem that I've had numerous times when trying to, like, change and adapt for certain metas, and eventually you just find cards to cut. Like, I was happy with my list the time I, like, 15-0'd that week. I was really happy with that list at, like, when the meta was looking the way it was. But now the meta has shifted a little bit, and now Death and Taxes is a deck that constantly needs to adapt to, like, different changes in the meta. D&T is a general the 90-card deck thing. I'll play 74. That's a good way to put it, yeah. Is Canonist worth playing over the third Chalice? Maybe, because having one Canonist gives you, like, 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 Canonists, depending on how many recruiters you have. You can't recruit Chalice. The only reason I added the third Chalice was mainly because I was, like, kept fucking, like, losing the die roll to Storm and losing. And it was really irritating, so I was trying to win on the draw more often in Game 3s. So I don't hate just playing 2 again. But anyway, that's enough discussion about that for today. Time to go to bed. Let's find someone to host. Please play Recruiter of the Artifact. And just, like, splash for a Trinket Mage. Easy. Who's streaming Legacy? Channel Fireball streaming Legacy. Dope. Also, Romario. So let's just host Romario. In white and good. What, just like ECB, Tutor, and Artifact? Which is definitely, like, a blue thing to do. We're just, like, printing that in white, too. Alright. They give us new toys every set, no reason not to. They don't give us new toys every set. Especially now with, like, 3 consecutive Ravnica sets. A bunch of multicolored garbage. A 1-2 for 1 and a white. Maybe have flying ETB Tutor and Artifact. Jeez, that would be very, very fucking broken. Anyway, I'll remain bitter about it forever. You probably will stop being bitter when they print, like, actual Disenchant Bear. They're gonna fucking print Disenchant Bear, and it's gonna be like a 1-3, and I'm gonna, like, tilt off of the face of the earth. Absolutely nothing could go wrong with what I just... Yeah, for sure. Yep, definitely nothing. Demonic Tutor for any artifact in your deck for 2 mana that also just is on a body. Perfectly fine. I want Ripburn more than Disenchant Bear. That's close. Eventually, we're gonna get all these fucking utility bears, and this deck's gonna be 4 Thalia, 4 Stoneforge, and just 4 Flicker Wisp, and just 1-ofs. But anyway, that is going to do it for me. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hope you had a good time. If you want to support the channel, you can follow, subscribe, or donate. Follows are totally free, help you know when I'm going live, help other people find my content. Subscriptions get you a sweet Thalia emote and Thraben-themed subscription badge. And donations, I have now officially written down all the instructions down below. So if you're interested in having a donation deck list played, just look down there, let me know, talk to me about it if you have any questions. Other than that, you can subscribe on YouTube or follow me on Twitter. YouTube is where all my streams end up after I'm done being live, and Twitter is where I post my when I'm going live, updates to the schedule, all that. Anyway, catch you guys all. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, catch you guys all Friday. I think I'm gonna start doing the double leagues again since mandatory overtime is finally over at work. So maybe I'll start doing double leagues on Friday. We'll see. Anyway, catch you guys all then. Have a good day, night, whatever.